comic on the can is not on the can, and he's not doing a remote from his sack. So you're probably saying, where could that guy be? Okay, I'm going to tell you because I don't want you to think you're stupid, because you're not stupid. Okay, comic on the can right now is doing a remote from his Barca Lounger, Lazy Boy, recliner, and my model is called Capnapper. So if anybody asks you, he did a remote from his chair. Okay. Okay. Here's the deal. There's a certain kind of talk that's called street talk, and it's talked by guys who were brought up on the street and that live on the street and that just hang out. They don't talk about politics or anything like that because that's nonsense. They talk about serious issues affecting sociology and social things, you know, but they don't waste their time talking about nonsense like politics and things like that. So I give you two examples. Okay, one example is a couple of guys are in the street and one calls the other, he says, "You a chump." And the other guy says, "You a fool." And he says, "Yeah, but you a chump." And the other guy says, "Well, you a fool." "Well, a fool's better than a chump." "Chump." "Well, who said a fool's better than a chump? A chump's better than a fool." "Fool." And they keep on going back and forth, fool, chump, chump, fool. Then finally one of them says, "Let's go down to McDonald's and get us a couple burgers." Guys, a good idea. You know, but I mean, it's street talk, that's the way guys are. Okay, girls don't talk that way, they don't engage in street talk. But the guys, and not all guys do either, it's just the guys that hang out in the street, you know, like street people like myself actually. Okay, so they go down, as they're going down to McDonald's, one of the guys says, "I hear Whitey got himself a job at McDonald's." And the other guy says, "Yeah, I heard that too." But he says, "Why do they call that boy Whitey and he black? Don't he look in a mirror? Don't he have mirrors in his house? Don't he look at his hands? Don't he look at his mom and his daddy?" And the other guy says, "Yeah, I don't know that." He says, the other guy says, "But you know what I'm saying? That's not right, you know. He black and they call him Whitey, you know." And the other guy says, "Yeah, I know what you're saying." And then all of a sudden another guy comes up from the neighborhood and he says, "I heard you talking about Whitey." He says, "Yeah." They said, why they call that boy Whitey when he black?" And the other guy says, "Well, his family's name is White." So one of the guys says, "Yeah, but that ain't right either, you know. Why his mom and his daddy have a white name when they black people?" So the other guy says, "Yeah, you know, like that's that he can get himself in trouble. Like some guy come into McDonald's looking for him that don't know him, and say to the boss, 'We're Whitey,' and he said, 'Oh, the dude over there is Whitey.' And he said, 'I don't see Whitey.' He says, 'Yeah, the dude over there. He said, there ain't no white guy. It's a black guy.' He says, 'Yeah, but they call him Whitey.' So the guy says, 'You messing with me?' And the guy says, 'No, I'm not messing with you. That's what they call him, Whitey, you know.' Why do they call him Whitey? He's not white, you know, he's black, you know." So the guy says, "Well, I don't know, you know." But anyway, they could be talking about this issue for days, for weeks, for months. I mean, that's straight, you know. They might get distracted and talk about something else, certainly not politics, but some other neighborhood important issues. But guaranteed they'll be talking about Whitey again sometime, whether it's in a week, an hour, a month, you know, but they won't leave it go. When they need something to talk about, they can always talk about Whitey. Now another example I'm going to give you, and this is a personal example, it's me, because I grew up on the corner of Madison and Central, on the west side of Chicago in the Austin area. And I had a bunch of boys, my posse, let's call them, and we all hung out on the corner of Madison and Central. We spent more time out there than we did at home, literally. We're out there day and night, after school, in the summer when there was no school, day and night, you know. We'd go to school, go to the corner, come home for an hour, eat dinner, go run back to the corner. And that was our life, hanging out, just hanging out. Okay, so on the corner by us, my boys, we had like nicknames, like one of the guys might have been called Stupid, okay? So, I'll give you an example of street talk now. Let's say, two guys are talking about stupid, another guy come up, and he says, "You can't call that boy stupid no more. I hear he got all C's in his report card." And the guy said, "How could he get all C's in his report card? Don't they know he's stupid?" "Yeah, but he told me he read a book." And the guy said, "Well, he's been reading comic books all these years and he never got all C's, that's why they've been calling him stupid." "I'm telling you, he told me he read a book, 200 pages. "Okay, 200 pages, well, 199 had pictures on them, and they all start laughing, you know. Because that's street talk. Okay, the guy says, "No, he told me there wasn't, not a page had pictures on it, all words." Another guy would say, "Well, that's hard to believe, I can't believe that boy," you know. And then for me, I started saying, how could it be that we can't call him stupid anymore? Stupid was part of the corner. Calling him stupid, he's one of the boys stupid. And inside me I'm thinking, could the corner be changing? Could stupid not be stupid no more? And the guy said, "Well, you know, if he's not stupid," another guy might come up and say, "Well, he's not stupid no more. Do that mean he's smart?" And the guy says, "No, he's not smart." But the guy says, "But he's not stupid. What is he?" He says, "He's tween." I said, "You can't call a guy tween." You know what I'm saying? That don't make no sense. Another guy would say, "Well, we used to say that stupid was on the dishonor roll. Do that mean now that he got all C's on the honor roll?" And the other guy would say, "No, he's not on the honor roll. He's between the honor roll and the dishonor roll." And we'd go on and on and on and talk about it for an hour and a half. And then finally some guy would say, "Let's go shoot us a game of pool." So we go play a game of pool for a couple hours, go down to the ball field, throw the ball around for a while. But sooner or later, they're gonna come back and talk about stupid not being called stupid no more. And me, I thought, you know, I didn't like the idea of not calling him stupid. To me, he's my boy Stupid, and I don't care if he got all A's, he's still gonna be on the corner, my boy Stupid. Because I was afraid subconsciously that maybe the corner's changing. I wasn't changing, but maybe the corner was. Okay, now another guy was crazy, okay? He would do crazy things or say crazy things. And pretty soon they say you can't, they start talking, "Well, you know, you can't call that boy crazy anymore because he's starting to make sense what he says and what he does." And again, I'm thinking to myself, the corner definitely is changing. I was disappointed. I was emotionally disappointed. I said, I'm thinking to myself, could the corner be changing? I wasn't changing. And if I'm losing my identity out here with these guys all, stupid's not stupid no more, crazy's, crazy's not crazy anymore, what's this world coming to? But then, after a while, what made the corner change, and the corner did change for me anyway. And I'll tell you how it changed for me. I met my wife on the corner when she was 15 and I was 16. And we started going together from that very first night I met her. I still can remember it, the night we met. And there's been no other besides her for me and me for her from that time. She was 15, I was 16. Then when we got around, I was around 19 or 20, and she was either 18 and going on 19, something like that, we decided to get married. And we moved, and we got married, and I knew I had to get a job. So I had to get off the corner because I couldn't hang out anymore. I had to go to work, you know, because we got used to this idea about eating. It wasn't a fad, you know what I mean? It was something that we had to do. So I knew I had to get a job. So we moved to the north side of Chicago. You can imagine how depressed I was. Here I left my corner boys. I left the corner that really gave me all my identity and things like that. And I got stuck on the north side of Chicago in a 3-room walk-up apartment on the 3rd floor. And I got a job, a meaningless job, making making meaningless pay. I mean, everything's relative, but some people might call what my pay was chump change. And it probably was, but it paid some of the bills, or most of the bills. My wife worked too, so, but I was depressed, real depressed, because I couldn't take it anymore, because I lost my identity. I lost the corner, my voice from the corner. I lost stupid, I lost crazy. See, and ultimately the corner did change, because nobody mentioned college when we were on the corner, but ultimately my boys did go to college. I didn't. But ultimately my boys did, but I couldn't take it anymore. That I used to lay on the couch at home, and because from 7th grade on until I got married, my life was the corner. My life was my boys, stupid, crazy, among other ones, and we wouldn't talk politics or anything like that. We would talk around real issues. Why he's stupid, not stupid, he got all C's. Crazy said this and crazy did that. The dude's crazy. Stupid's nuts, all that kind of stuff. But there were a bunch of other guys too, and they all had nicknames and all had personalities, and we all were able to talk about one another, and every day the guy would say, you hear what so-and-so did, you hear what so-and-so said. Like one day one of the guys said, he was on the corner 2 o'clock in the morning, and he saw the bookie. The bookie was an older guy. We were maybe 15, 16 years old. The bookie might have been 25. He was kind of a tall guy. So this one of my boys was saying he was sitting on the corner at 2 o'clock in the morning, and get this, the bookie's kind of a tall guy. So he's telling everybody, he sees the bookie driving down the street, and this was a busy corner. Madison Central was a busy corner, a lot of traffic. But 2 o'clock in the morning, there wasn't much traffic. And he's sitting out there and on the corner, and all of a sudden he sees the bookie drive by, leaning back in his seat, steering the car with his feet. His legs are up around the steering wheel. And, it's kind of a physical impossibility, but I believed it because I didn't question him. This was the corner. The only thing I did question is why was it not out there at 2 o'clock in the morning? Another thing, 2 of my boys, when they were 14 years old, they decided to hightail it out of Chicago. They had a few bucks put away, so they bought themselves 2 tickets and the dog. That's the Greyhound, in case people don't know. They got the dog down to Florida, and why they did it, we don't know, and we didn't care. All we cared about that they weren't on the corner for a day, and where were they? How come? Then when it finally got out that they were in Florida, why they go to Florida? What's the deal here? And and then we talk about it until their parents got a hold of them and dragged them back to Chicago. I mean, they're 14 years old, but that that was what my corner boys did. So like I say, ultimately it was me that broke up the corner for myself. And it didn't change me from not being a corner guy, because I still am a corner guy even now. But my friends, the corner guys that hung out with me on the corner, all of a sudden nowadays when we meet, they talk about politics, meaningless issues that don't go anyplace. And I gotta change the subject and say, do you remember this, do you remember that? And then they all start laughing, and then they start back talking at the corner talk. Yeah, I remember so-and-so, and I remember this one and that one, what he did, the wild things he did and said, but anyway, then they'll go back to talking politics, but I don't. I'm a corner guy. I always have been a corner guy, and I'll continue to be a corner guy. There's an old saying, you can take the boy off the corner, but you can't take the corner out of the boy. I'm a corner guy. I talk about corner issues, I talk corner talk, and I don't get involved in nonsense like politics. Give me the corner, give me stupid, give me crazy, things that make sense to me, and those things do.